Hello, and welcome to Climate Max Building Materials channel. And today we're going to talk about rebuilding your deck. And typically we only build new decks. We use aluminum framing, and we use the TimberTech PVC Class A fire rated decking for that. But in this case, the customer had an extensive 2-story deck and had spent a lot of money reinforcing the bottom of this. And it was time to change the boards out, restain them, the typical situation. But these boards were in pretty bad shape, so they decided to go with the PVC decking from TimberTech. And we'll kind of show you the process of what we went through here and point out some pitfalls that you can avoid in rebuilding your deck. So as the story goes, here's a brand new wooden deck. It looks great. And it's going to look great for a few months until that water and that sun starts penetrating it. And it's going to go into the phase of getting faded out, which they normally do. And then every couple of years, obviously, you're going to go into the power washing mode and get all that crud cleaned off. And then you're going to go into the restaining mode. It's typical every 2 to 3 years. We're going to go through some of the before pictures. These are typical, and you'll see where the paint coming off, where it was repainted over the existing paint that was there, and it never adheres to the boards, so it starts flaking off. So even new paint job doesn't last very long because it's going over a surface it can't penetrate. Anyway, these are some of the before pictures, and we are going to clear the furniture off this thing, and we're going to go ahead and start taking up those deck boards. Now, here's the best tip I can give you at this point is once you take the decking boards off, it's just like remodeling a house. You never know what's behind those walls. Well, you never know what's underneath that decking board. And especially this one has a bladder or a drainage system, because there is a bottom deck and they built that to run the water off into a gutter, so that the people on the bottom deck wouldn't have rain falling in on them. But in the meantime, what happened is they put in all kinds of bridge supports, things like that, and it's really unlevel. It's uneven. It doesn't have the supports in the right area, and actually it was draining back towards the house. So you've got a big expense coming up here to rebuild that framework. They started off by jacking the upper deck floor up so that they could get it pitched so that the water runs away from the house. And then they go ahead and started to put in the new wood, getting it all level and attaching it, tearing out the old wood that didn't pertain to anything, and started to building a new foundation for this deck. We skipped a lot of the process showing the guys trying to level this deck because it took a lot of work. They're out there walking on those joists, and it's tough work, and they wanted to get it all level, and it took a lot of time to do that. What we're seeing here is the deck framing is done now, and they've coated it with a what's called G tape. That's a brand name of a joist tape, and the secret of that is not only does it cover and protect the top of the joist, it also seals the screw holes that go into the joist. This is something that has to be done on a deck, and so many of these decks are built without that. And so the decking boards, you could put new decking boards on there, and the joists start to rot out because the water's getting under them. Now comes the fun part. They're laying down the TimberTech PVC decking now, and they had to take a couple rails off for the reconstruction, which they'll put back on there. But you can start to see how really cool and neat and clean this deck is starting to look. Looking off the other end now, and now we're going to go ahead and take a look at straight down onto the floor so you can see what that looks like. Now, most of the TimberTech product goes down with hidden clamps in between the decking boards. This particular model goes down with screws and has a Cortex plug that goes into it, where you can see this on this railing where those have been installed. We won't go into all the features of the TimberTech Advanced PVC. Now, we're not talking about composite. And composite is a different animal. PVC has a Class A fire rating. It's cool touch. You can walk out on your bare feet. It has a 50-year fade warranty on it. It's a superior product, but we're not talking about composite decking, which is a big difference when you go to look at decking and getting pricing. So the takeaway from this video is this. No matter what kind of decking you're going to put on your deck or how you're going to remodel it, you have to analyze the whole deck, not just those boards on top. You got to get under and see if there's rot or mold, or if the posts are good in the ground, if there's any kind of decay there. There's no sense in putting any kind of new material on top of the deck or fixing it if the structure, the framework is not good. So anyway, give us a call. We'd be glad to talk to you about our system. If you're going to put a new deck on or you're building your new house, we'd love to sell you a product that's going to last 50 years with the aluminum framing and also the TimberTech decking. Thank you for watching, and tune back in. Thank you. This is Dan.